Ma'am, my legs are hurting while doing this adavu. Ma'am, how long I should practice one particular adavu? Or how should I be consistent with my practice? Today I'm going to answer all these questions. So watch the video until the end. Namaskar, welcome to this lesson of Learn Bharatanatyam. In today's lesson, we are going to learn 5 easy tips how you can practice as a beginner. So let me define beginner. If you are somewhere between tattadu, nattadu, or you have just learned 4-5 adavus and you are practicing those, then you are beginner. Okay? Now, let me break this myth for you that you have to practice every single day for 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. Hours does not matter. You have to understand quality over quantity. Like how long you are practicing, that's not important. What you are practicing and how you are practicing, that is important. So let me give you one simple trick. If you are practicing one particular adavu for 2 hours, do you think that you are going to get it in one day? No. You have to be consistent. So in order to become consistent, you have to be very practical. Second thing, your body and your muscle have to be ready for that particular hourly practice, right? So you can't expect as a beginner your body will automatically just tune into that particular strength and okay, now I can practice for 2 hours. No, that's why your legs also pain and hurt. The minute you start hurting your legs, your whole enthusiasm of the practice will go into trash. So we don't want to do that. So now what you should do? If I'm saying that don't practice for hours every day, then how you should practice? Let's say to begin with Monday, Wednesday and Friday. Okay. So you take this Monday, Wednesday, Friday and each day you will practice to start with for 40 minutes. Alright. Or 45 minutes, whatever suits you better. The other days, what you are going to do is the mental practice. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, what you are going to do is you are going to focus on tal, you are going to focus on the shlok, what you have learned. If you have not learned, ask your teacher that what are the shlokas, padabheda, hasta prachara, all of that. So this will balance your practice in a way. Now even if you have not started learning the shlok or the tal, still you can do the mental practice. What does that mean? So for example, if you are doing tayyum tata tayyumta, let's take this one. Okay, if you are doing 5th one, how the mental practice should be that how your hand goes from here to here and then it goes above your head and then it goes to, so basically work on the structure on the other days. I'm not saying that okay, just skip practicing, no, but your body needs the recovery time as a beginner. Also, like once you get into the intermediate level, advanced level, you still need the recovery, but that's a different thing. So if once you get into that level, we will talk about that later. Okay. So right now understand this. 3 days a week physical practice and 3 days a week mental practice or the revision of the shlok or tal. Now let's divide the 40 minutes or 45 minutes like what you are going to do in what. Okay. So first 10 minutes you will start with the warm up. Do not skip your warm up. That is going to strengthen your muscle. That is going to help you in your third speed and that is going to help you not to hurt any of your body parts. Okay. The another 15 minutes what you can do is you can just simply start dancing. Okay. So revise your adavus physically, not mentally, physically. And then last 10 minutes, maybe if somebody is there to help you, you can make them sit in front of you and watch and then make the corrections. If not, you can just simply put your mobiles. Now we have the advanced technology, use it for better. Put the camera in front of you and record yourself. And then you can maybe match it if you are following our channel. You can match the video with our channel video and see where you are going wrong. Okay. Another great thing is when you are actually learning that particular adavu or the step, obviously your teacher is going to give you the corrections, okay, that you're doing this, don't do this, and it is specifically customized for you, that you are doing that mistake. So what you can do is you can write it down, make up like pointers and check, okay, if I'm doing this, I have to do this, I have to correct this. Also, mirror is your best friend. So if you have access to a large mirror, nothing like that. That is your best friend and it will tell you each and everything. Okay, if not, as I said, you can record yourself and watch. Now, end of your practice. So you're done already with like around 40 minutes of your practice. Now last 5 minutes what you can do is you can rest, you can relax, and also make a note that what you could not complete in this particular practice, okay, or what you could not achieve or you're not satisfied with. You can make the notes, and like next day when you're practicing or whenever you're mentally practicing, you can revisit those notes. And along with that, Shavasana is must. So you have to relax your body before you go for your regular work. Yeah. My next point is going to be very, very kind of customized. How do you feel? How do you feel when you practice this? First of all, in order to do this, you have to consistently practice for 3 to 4 weeks. That is around a month. Okay. Follow this regime for 4 weeks and then you can see that, okay, it is too much tiring for me. Then what you can do is reduce the either the time or the number of your practice sessions. So for example, if you are getting tired on the 3rd or the 4th day, you can still rest. There is no nothing like you have to do it. Don't go into those benchmarks, because every body is different. Don't compare to your colleague or the person who is learning with you. That person's body is different, strength is different, your strength is different. So see if you need like 2 days in between before you go and practice again. Or maybe what you can do is lessen the duration. So if you are practicing for 45 minutes, just do it for 30 minutes, but do it every day. So you can trial and error after 1 month of this. Then only you will be able to achieve your ideal schedule in place. Calculate your own progress. How to do that? How you were on the day 1 and how you were in the end of the month. So if it is a first week and first day, how you're feeling on the 4th day on the first week. So for example, you started doing tattadu on the first week on Monday. Okay, how fluently and how easy you can do that particular adavu in the 4th week on Monday. Okay, or like every week you can cross check that how is your stamina. Are you still getting tired on the same point where you were getting tired on the first day? So this is how you will only see your own progress. You don't need somebody constantly tracking your own progress. You can track your own progress this way. When you will shoot yourself, that also like first day how you were doing it and end of the week how you are doing it, or the 4th week first day how you are doing it. So you yourself can see and compare that, okay, this I am doing better, this I am not. So this is again, it is own, you can judge your own performance and you can notice the things better. Last but important thing, you have to scale up no matter what. Yes, you have to. When you are consistently doing this for 1 month, 2 months or 3 months, obviously your syllabus is also going to increase. So if first month you are just finishing 3 adavus, maybe that means 3 families or group of adavus, you are going to get add on to that, right? 4th one, 5th one, 6th one, 7th one. So what you can do is you can scale up slowly. So alternate day, one day you are revising what you have done early. For example, right now you are learning Visharu adavu. So if you are learning Visharu adavu, yes, you have to practice that also, but along with that, you have to polish your nattadu as well. So what you can do is divide that 1 day of practice, that 45 minutes, increase it little bit to 1 hour. first 15 minutes, you revise what you have learnt earlier. So tattadu, nattadu, mettadu. Then next 15-20 hours, you focus on what you have just learned in the last class. Okay, so see, you have to scale up like that slowly, because otherwise you won't be able to incorporate everything what you have learned. In classical dance, it's most challenging that you have to remember what you have learned earlier. It's not like that, okay, today I have learned this and I'm not going to use it, so it was okay for those 6 months or for a year. I have learned this syllabus and that's it. Now I'm moving ahead. It's not like that. You still have to remember your adavus, every single adavu. Okay? Now let's come back to how to practice the third speed, and we are not getting the third speed. I will make another video especially for this one. So stay tuned, hit that bell icon so you will get the notification when I upload the video. If you have any concerns or any questions that I have not covered it yet, let me know in the comment box below. I will see you in the next lesson. Until then, keep dancing.